Welcome back to Dirty 20, everybody. First of all, apologies for the facial hair situation. I committed really hard to a joke, and now I live with the consequences. However, it will grow back. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about world building. World building is a little bit of a level up for DMs who have run a few one-shots or have maybe run a pre-written module or something like that, but they now want to start creating their own campaign setting or their own world within a pre-existing campaign setting. We're going to be doing a lot of videos regarding world building in the coming months, but I had a discussion with a couple of friends and I wanted to share some insights that we got out of it. So my friend had come up with a really cool reason why in this world that he's creating, the gods are on two different sides. One side is magic is good and we should use it. And on the other side, magic is terrible and it should be a crime to use magic. Really cool concepts. However, he'd come to a little bit of a standstill because he didn't really know where to go from there. And, me and another friend, we had some thoughts, and I thought I'd share my advice with you guys. My main piece of advice was to start small. The village where your players would be based, the tavern that they would inevitably probably have to go to, or maybe the dinner party that is going to be the setting for your one-shot. None of this is really groundbreaking or anything like that. A lot of people will tell you that this is the best way to get started. Start small and build from there. By starting small, you're dealing with the things that are important to the players and the characters in the moment, right? Where they are, what's around them. Later on, if you want to build up the region that they're adventuring in, or maybe the nation, maybe even the continent or the planet, even going so far as to start thinking about the cosmology of your world, like my friend did. I think those are all different stages that it's good to think about them, but getting down to the nitty-gritty details is not really necessary early on. I'm very lucky to be playing with some really talented people in lots of kind of areas of life. And honestly, maps are one element that can really spark inspiration and can allow you to start building out, as I say, from that tavern to that village to that region and so on and so forth. In fact, a lot of my players have created their kind of own generated content in the world that I have created. And it's really interesting because they've done things like poems and tavern songs which refer to things that they went through. It's really a blast. And I recommend setting up something like the World Anvil website where you can add maps and images and information. It's almost like a kind of wiki. That's what I've used. If you've used something better that you think is really cool, please let us know in the comments below, because I'm fascinated. But again, starting little by little and slowly building, I've now developed something that is starting to look really quite cool. And I haven't spent any money on it or anything like that. So I definitely recommend having some way that you can show off these maps, these images, these things that your players have made, whether it's props or, pins, whatever it is. Definitely display them, show them off, make other D&D players jealous. So just to wrap things up, I want to give you a little list with the advice that I've given in this video in a more kind of summarized, succinct way. Number one, start small. Start with the tavern, go on to the village, go on to the region, and so on and so forth. Number two, get your players involved in your world building. They will inspire you, and they will come up with really, really cool ideas that you probably wouldn't have come up with. One of my players once said, "Oh, so every kind of neighborhood in your homebrew city has their own kind of police force, their own watch house." And I was like, "Yep, that's true." And he went out and he wrote names for all of them. He found crests for them. It was just amazing and added an incredible layer to the homebrew world. Number 3, potentially ignore number 1 and number 2. What I mean by that is that if you really dig making lists of pantheons and gods and, the cosmology of the universe, then I think you should do that. World building is one of the fun elements of D&D, and don't do stuff that you don't really enjoy doing. Like grab a module that's got a tavern, a village, use that. But in your world, the gods are at war with each other or something great is happening. If that's what you enjoy, then that's where you should start. Because it's supposed to be a hobby, it's supposed to be fun. It shouldn't be like a massive chore. Finally, number 4, take your time. Allow your world to develop slowly and gradually. Be okay with the fact that you're not going to spend one afternoon writing a bunch of stuff down and a world is just going to suddenly exist. Take your time. Use your players as inspiration. Get them involved. And little by little, your homebrew world, city, plane of existence, whatever it might be, will grow, and you'll be super proud of it, and you'll want to play in it anytime you arrange a game. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've found something interesting. It might have piqued you in terms of maybe wanting to do some world building. There's a lot of great resources out there. As always, Matt Colville has done a bunch of videos where he just sits down and he types. And he talks through what he's doing. It's long, but it actually is quite useful to see someone else do it. How do you go about world building? Do you use something like Forgotten Realms as a kind of foundation and then build on top of that like I have done? Or do you go from scratch, from, creation myth all the way up till present day? Once again, thank you for joining us here at Dirty 20. As always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Keep slaying. If you've enjoyed this content, then please smash that like button, subscribe, share this around online, and come and visit our website, www.lavictoriaproductions.com, to see all our past episodes, as well as our blog posts and all the stuff that we're currently working on at La Victoria Productions. Why not reach out to us and tell us what you think of our videos? You can reach us on Twitter. @MouthLaVictoria is our producer. We are also on Instagram. I am EnanoLVP, and our producer is Jazzy J. Cherot. We're also La Victoria Productions on Facebook and LinkedIn. Come on by and let us know what you think.